All across Nebraska, communities rely on agriculture as their economic lifeblood, and the biggest sector of agriculture in Nebraska is the beef industry. From family ranches and feedlot operations to the packing and processing industry, beef production is a critical part of the Nebraska economy.
The Nebraska beef industry is probably the most valuable thing that the state has because we have packing, we have feed, we have a huge cow herd, we got a lot of feeding capacity.
We've got critical mass of seed stock, commercial cow-calf production, and commercial feed yards, beef processing, and also corn base. And so I think we're in a very strategic location here in Nebraska.
Cattle feeding in Nebraska and farming, as I like to describe it in kind of a baseball terms, really it's a sweet spot of the nation for cattle feeding.
Nebraska's beef producers run family operations that are efficient, technology-driven, and focused on three primary goals: protecting the land, caring for their animals, and producing the high-quality Nebraska beef consumers enjoy.
Well, Nebraska corn-fed beef is probably the best there is in the world. When you have corn, naturally that provides the marbling of the beef, and we've got the abundance of corn to feed the cattle that will give it the marbling in the beef and create the greatest flavor that there is, and that's what you really get. The good taste from around the world is the corn-fed beef that comes from Nebraska.
No doubt Nebraska has the corn and the cattle, and the state's beef industry is going strong, benefiting farm and ranch families and the communities where they live.
Agriculture in general is the largest industry in Nebraska, I think employing 1 in 3 people in the state, and the beef industry is the largest portion of agriculture.
The Nebraska beef industry is a very vital part of the state of Nebraska. The one thing that is stable is the cattle feeding family operations that are still out in the small towns, creating jobs and creating beef to feed the world.
Another key sector in the state's economy is the beef packing industry. Nebraska packers are known for their dedication to using the latest technologies in modern facilities to provide safe, wholesome, high-quality beef.
We're going to be here for a long time to come because we've got the packing, we've got the feed, and we've got the cattle. And we're very innovative going into new programs. We export a lot of our product.
We have the packer processors that are active beef exporters, and we have a distinct advantage in the U.S. and in Nebraska in particular of having the highest quality corn-fed beef in the largest supply of cuts.
To assure beef quality, Nebraska producers work 7 days a week to care for their land and their cattle.
Cattle feeding, it's a stressful business. There definitely is a lot of ups and downs in it, and it takes a lot of time. It's a 24-hour-a-day job and 7 days a week, and we have to feed on every holiday, so there really is never a day off in the cattle feeding business.
Everything we build is with the cattle in mind. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to have safety first for the cattle.
We like to put a lot of emphasis on quality production at all stages and caring for the animals, especially during the calving season. We spend a good deal of time checking every 3 to 4 hours around the clock, and so from an animal welfare standpoint, why the cattle come first before the rest of the family.
For most Nebraska beef producers, raising cattle is a family business handed down from generation to generation.
I'm a third-generation cattleman. My son is involved in our operation, and of course he's got a son that I hope to have someday involved in our operation as well. I'm very proud to be a part of this industry.
This ranch was homesteaded in 1898, and my great-grandfather and 4 other brothers came to this area of the Sandhills. So I'm the 4th generation, 111 years, and we obviously know how change has taken place since then.
It's a heritage that means each generation has the benefit of growing up on the land and relying on the knowledge of those who've gone before to take the Nebraska beef industry to new levels of success.
You should expect quality when you think of Nebraska beef. Because of the genetics and the way that animal is raised on the ranch, through the feeding, through the packing, it should give you confidence to eat that product and know that you're going to have something that's tender, juicy, and flavorful.
I'm always interested in the consumer, and I will tell you that I'm very proud and honored to produce beef and know that it is as safe as anything out there.
a good Nebraska steak or roast or ground beef. It's flavorful and nutritious, and it's humanely raised and environmentally sustainable, and we try and offer a complete package that works for the producer as well as an enjoyable eating experience for the consumer.
For Nebraska's beef producers, the land is their livelihood, and their goal is to use their resources to remain sustainable and to provide a safe, wholesome beef product to consumers in America and around the globe. Nebraska's beef producers, raising high-quality beef, protecting natural resources, and building strong communities.